Hello and welcome to my Let's Play Pathfinder KIngmaker Part 7. Yes, Civilized Half-orc. And we're going into a hell of a fight. I hope so. Wrong direction. Shit happens. Okay, wrong direction again. Gotta move around here. There we go.
Our time has come.
A little bit of buffing.
I'm listening. Give the order. You have my attention.
Buffing. Looks good.
Without a doubt. The deed is done.
I free the prisoners.
To victory!
And then go fight. Lindsay's gotta play a tune. Oh. That didn't work out quite the way I planned. Doesn't work.
I must be doing it. Let us strike as one!
See what your entrails look like.
Lindsay's got to cast a grease spell. Oh, she's far away. Yeah, they're falling down. Oh. He's under a spell. She summons all those creatures here. No. You got to fight her, not the creatures. Yes. Kalana drops her weapons and raises her hands, which are covered in blood. Mercy, don't kill me. The half-orc bores his fangs. This is how you talk now, wretch. I wanted to do this for so long. He casts a spell on his outstretched palm, and sparks begin dancing upon it. The half-elf puts her hand on his shoulder. Regongar, come now, let her go. It's one thing to kill her in battle, but executing her unarmed, why spoil the joy of being free? Octavia, are you out of your mind? This filth is from the Technic League. By her own hand she enchained us. And you want to forgive her? Do you think she'll thank you? Ha! She'll just gather another band and try to catch us again. Before deciding her fate, I want to ask some questions. I will tell you everything. I know much. You will see, I'm more used to you alive than dead. Is it normal for the Technic League to grab random people from the road and to enslave them? Kalana shrugs. The Technic League is so strong because it is never ashamed of taking what it needs. Whatever the law may say, you were missing a slave. We underestimated you. That was a mistake, of course. I apologize. Tell me about the Technic League. It's an ancient alliance of wizards and scholars of the Numerian wasteland and its technologies. We are the mightiest organization in the whole of Numeria. We possess powers that the uninitiated could only dream of, and our agents are everywhere. Not just in Numeria. Believe me, these are not people you want as enemies. Sounds promising. Only cowards with no honor reckon sheer power a good reason for an alliance. Jaisha raises her eyebrows, but doesn't grant Valerie with an answer. What are you doing in this part of the world? I was sent by Maestro Janusz. He's a very important person and a mighty wizard, who taught these two ungrateful slaves everything they know. He will be furious to find out they are free, and will certainly find the one who stole the Technic League's property. Believe me, he does not need me for that. Whether you kill me or not, he'll find you in no time. You say this Magister guy of yours will find us anyway? Then I guess we don't get anything out of sparing you. You best not anger the Maestro. If you kill me, he'll be furious. Oh, I'm so scared. You know, I actually like getting slaves and other assholes, slavers and other assholes angry with me. Then I get to cut them in pieces. Why did you have these two in chains? Because we own them. The Technic League spent vast sums of money on these two. We nurtured them, fed and treated them, even taught them magic for many years. They cost us a fortune, and we're not going to just to set them free, whatever your local customs say. We are fully in our rights. I don't have any more questions. Listen to me. Do not make any hasty decisions. I am an important person in the Technic League. I have connections. You will benefit from such an ally. I should kill her. You see what a slime ball she is? Step aside, let me fry her. Seven Ray teaches us to have mercy upon the repentant, but I see no repentance in her. I repent, I swear, I repent. As soon as I get back to Numeria, I give a fat donation to every good deity's temple. Seven Ray, Shellin, Iomedea, whatever you want, just let me go. No, let's go with this one. It's the right thing to punish your tormentor. Kill her, Regongar. The half-orc bears his fangs in a grin of triumph and raises his hand, lightning sparking. I zap thee with my heart. I didn't mean to spoil the victory, but on the other hand, she deserved it. Ha! We're free. I can't believe it. Free as the birds in the sky. Phew! Ha 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 ha! Regongar holds Octavia tight and she laughs lightly and kisses him on the lips. Thank you. You have no idea how long we've tried to escape the Technic League. This is a miracle. Who are you? I'm Regongar and this is Octavia. The rotten Numerian held us as slaves, but we are no mere scavengers. You see the crowd they had guarding us? That's because we use magic, and I'm not bad with a blade if it comes to that. They're all right. We could use them on our team. What is the Technic League? A huge man-eating spider catching all of Numeria in its webs. They are a secret society of arcane spellcasters who study ancient technology. They have eyes and ears throughout this land and abroad. It is said they even have a Kepler's school in their pocket. the very sovereign of Numeria. They also control all the slave trade in the country. I've seen many young treasure hunters adventures and at the slave market. May the Technic League rock in Abaddon. There's nothing worse than a nation in a secret criminal organization has consolidated power. Even an openly cruel tyrant is better than the infection that festers in Numeria. How did you get captured by Kalana? I've lost count of how many times we've tried to escape. I can't name all the things we have tried, but we were caught every time. And then they just take us somewhere else. I don't know who would want to buy us, but imagine how happy we were when we learned they were taking us to the river kingdoms where slavery is forbidden. Indeed, we tried so many times to escape, yet in the end, the Technic League itself brought us to the free lands under heavy guard, I grant you. If it wasn't for you, who knows where we'd go next. You're good fighters. Want to join my group? Of course, Octavia. What do you say? I would be happy to join you. Oh. We can't, really, let them join us. Except we kick 2 party members out. Who will it be? No, we can't accept them. We can't accept them. They go to the trading post, I guess. Let's free the prisoners. The grease. The grease. Come on. Shadows of Absalom by Pax Metra. Okay. This grease is killing us. Yeah, let's pick up all the pieces. Oh, cooking ingredients. How nice. Where did we go? I hope Regongar and Octavia are in Oleg's trading post. I mean, what else? What else do we expect? I hope. I don't want to do this all again. Uh-oh. With the delighted smile, Octavia inhales the smell coming out of the Oleg's trading post. Fresh bread! I can't believe it. All this time that we sat in cages and crawled in the mud, there were places in the world where they were baking fresh bread. And here we are. I bet they have clean sheets. And maybe you can even take a bath. Ha 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 ha, a girl can dream. Get some rest, you deserve it. You can't be sure of that. Yeah, I've got years of rest to catch up on. And I'll be stuffing my face until I turn into a well. You do so much for us. Is it all because you're kind, or maybe... The half-elf smiles flirtatiously. Maybe it's because you've been charmed by my beauty. What are you asking? We're friends. Yes, thank you. Alright, enough talk. Fresh bread and clean sheets await. George,
How may I serve you?
I found the temple of the Elk and killed the beast there.
The rascal you praised, you
Yes.
kindly return, my good friend. Christian told me how you helped him at the Temple of the Elk. Thank you for heeding my request. My heart is calm and filled with confidence that I follow the will of my God. I would like to reward your bravery. I possess no treasure, but please, take this as a token of appreciation.
Scroll of renewed blindness.
As far as I know, your next target looks to be the Stag Lord himself.
Hmm.
With the Temple of the Elk cleansed from evil, the fog surrounding us should disperse to reveal the path to the Phoenix Land. Of course, magic so powerful is unlikely to disappear all at once. Bide your time. Follow on other concerns while you wait. I will gladly aid you on your noble quest. The rascal himself foresaw our meeting.
George bows piously. Do you understand the true meaning of your visions now?
I trust in their truth. These visions, they were the voice of a rascal himself, quiet but clear. Before all this happened, I believed the rascal had turned his back to me. But now, I see clearly. He has shown me divine mercy, for he has led me to you and invited you to aid in the fellow priest's deliverance. Lady Ceremony and the rascal walked the paths of the gods hand in hand, and so must their servants as well. Christian is undoubtedly still very young, and he thinks a time of naivete and confusion. But I see tenderness, strength, and steadiness, traits indispensable to a priest. I sense that all that's transpired thus far is only the beginning, and the future promises great things for Christian and for you. This is why we have been working in Technic League. Day and night I pray for you and for my young friend. May the Stag God lead you down the true path.
That's enough about this for now.
As you wish.
Thanks for the story. We might speak later. Let's have a little chat with her. We're gonna talk? Or maybe utters a weary sigh. Alright, spill it, I'm listening. Tell me about yourself. A simple question seemed to puzzle her, maybe. She scratches her head and then starts counting on her fingers. First, I'm a barbarian. I'm strong. I grew up in the realm of the Mammoth Lords. I left my tribe, the Six Bears. Mary looks thoughtfully at her four bent fingers and shrugs. And I like fights, she concludes, bending her thumb. What's it like to be a barbarian in the Six Bears tribe? Ha! Our people are big and strong. We can cut a monster in half with one swing. We can walk 3 days and nights with no rest. We can eat a whole fried our ox. I guess you had to do a lot of training to become as strong as you are. Training? Haha. No one freaking trained me. The boys of the Six Bears got the training. All I could do is watch. Amiri's eyes gleamed with anger, and you know what? They were still crap even after all that training, because I kicked their butts hard. Animals, bandits, monsters, although all thought they were stronger than me. Idiots, Amiri spits on the ground. Because if you start a fight, you think you can win? You think you're stronger than your enemy? Amiri raises her chin proudly. I defeated them all. See all the scars on my face? What does the realm of the Mammoth Lords look like? Huge and freezing, no place for weaklings. Amiri narrows her eyes as if evaluating your ability to survive her homeland. Tribes hunt our ox herds to survive. Our ox are fast, so tribes follow herds for days, just to not die of hunger. If you are weak, you stay behind and die in the snow. Tribe cannot stop. Also, there are giants and mammoths. Sometimes demons come too. Ah, and the mastodons. And the saber-toothed tigers, Amiri grins. You would survive, I think, for a few days. Ha! You're quite a good no. Why did you leave your tribe? Because they were assholes, all of them. Men were cowards and scoundrels, and women were scared like sheep. Amiri rolls her blood-shed eyes in fury. Men there think no girl can be a fighter, because they are weak. They are afraid a woman can beat them. And females just not. Go see heights, cook meat, watch kids. That's what they always say. But I'm a warrior, damn it. I won't cook hides and watch meat. Emery is already shouting, her fingers clenched tightly. I told them so. I went hunting with men. And what did I get? Still the same. You are a woman, you stay home. Even gave me a nickname, the Soft Chieftain. Like a warrior woman was a funny joke. Damn, I even went to hunt those shit-faced frost giants, and there, Amiri stops, breathing heavily, sweat beading on her forehead. After a moment, Amiri waves her hand awkwardly and forces herself to grin. So I left. Cowards, scoundrels, and cities there were. That's why. You're rather rude, you know? You bet. Amiri grins, then suddenly frowns. I'm a fighter, big and strong. Everyone's afraid of me. I can't play the softie. Would even fear me then. The contemplative expression disappears from Amiri's face, replaced by a dreamy grin. I enjoy being feared. When I pass by in all the cities, I'm almost faint, knees trembling, teeth chattering, shit dripping down their pants. Amiri falls silent, fascinated with the picture her imagination has created. Thanks for telling me. Let's talk about something else. Why do you want to kill this tusk gutter so much? He's a monster. We kill monsters. What's there so difficult to understand? That's a formidable sword. But it's not a simple weapon, is it? Bet it's not simple. Check out how big it is. She proudly raises the blade, and you notice that even though Amiri is extremely strong, she still has difficulty wielding such a large sword. The sword belonged to a real blasted frost giant. I killed the beast and took this looker for myself. Fits me perfect. My damn trophy. Amiri's eyes flash with menace, as if she is challenging some invisible enemy to try taking away her trophy. Thanks for talking with me. Let's speak again later. Talking. When will we do some monster killing instead? Amiri sighs and turns away. Jason. Let's talk to her real fast. Speak! She greets you with a nod. I would like to hear a story. Stories. Jason shrugs. Stories are boring and a waste of time. I have killed. I was exiled from Kionin. I died. I was raised by Ogulthor's gift. That is my story. Who were you before your exile? It's rather amusing. I belonged to a wealthy family. I had high position on the courts of Iadara, the capital of Kyone. When my little wrongdoings were really revealed, a trial was held in the very same court where I tried cases and delivered sentences over several hundred years. An awkward situation, don't you think? Who did you kill and why? Family. 4. Jacel's voice is calm and ordinary, as if she's speaking of something trivial. But why is the more interesting question. What is the worth of 1,000 years if you cannot enjoy it like your first 10 dozen springs? Their voice sounds unusually vehement. Everyone considers elves younger, ever young, but our usefulness is but a mask, a threadbare ritual gown. What lies underneath? The dust of years, the jaded repetition, which each year the dust grows thicker, and erstwhile joys cease to excite, and cloy as a dish you've tasted 1,000 times. Long did I search for a way to avert this fate, don't I? Who has truly tasted life deserve a better lot than those benumbed old elves who close themselves up to the world? And I found a way in the ancient text of August Thor, a ritual involving the blood of my kin, a trifle that would make each day feel as a holiday created specially for me. The ritual gave strength not only to my body, but to my mind and my soul, and my mind whirled at every sensation. Each sip of wine or silken caress. Oh, how I miss this. My cousin was the first I used for the ritual. It was a simple matter to pass her death as an unfortunate accident, but the enchantment would not last. I had to find another and again conceal my trail. With the third death, my family grew suspicious, and upon the fourth, my deeds were finally revealed. Such a pity. If not for this, my unlife even now would overflow with burning pleasure, for I have dozens of useless relatives. Did you kill innocent elves for entertainment and pleasure? That's abominable. Yes, I have. Jason shrugs. Use whatever high-sounding words you wish to describe my deeds. Say abominable if it suits you. Reasonable and honest would fit just as well. Do you have family in Kyone? Anyone who's dear to you? Do you mean someone I would hesitate to sacrifice? Perhaps my daughter. I would regret the wasted effort. The creature turned out quite well, like a property-trained dog or a well-managed horse. Is exile your only punishment for murder? For an elf, Jesu says pointedly, exile is a serious punishment. There's no other Kyone in this world. Even I, who despises its hypocrisy, must admit as much. How did you die and what happened after? Jesu frowns. I don't remember my death. I was stunned by the sentence of exile, and I admit I showed weakness. I wandered aimless, absorbed in despair, without concern for my safety or sustenance. And then I remembered desolate rocks, a stone I lay upon, convulsion passing not only through my whole body, but through my soul. Then I awakened, cold, calm, my body overwhelmed with strength, but haunted by a strange internal silence. There were bloody prints of bone feet on the stone next to me, the sign of the goddess. A battle scythe lay nearby. It was the first and last time I heard Ugathora's voice. She spoke but 3 words. Hail the Inquisitor. That is all. She has neither addressed me nor answered my pleas ever since. I will not bother you with the story of how I tried to comprehend my new condition. Soon I had a chance to put my new powers to the test. A group of my kin had tracked me through the woods. They were insolent and would pay dearly for this, but I had to reckon how I might free myself from their persistent chase. A powerful protector from among the short-lived could help me, and the Swordlord seemed suitable, that is all. Tell me about your birthplace. I hope you do not ask from idle curiosity. Cryonin is the birthplace of the elves. The other races are allowed to visit within reasonable limits, usually only as far as Rembold. That is the enclave for half-breeds, and the short-lived, a whim of our queen. I enjoyed going there sometimes as to a wild beast show. Beyond this caricature of a city, Cryonin is a mixture of grandeur and the sad remains of ancient glory. Next to today's grateful dwellings lie the ruins of ancient monuments and fountains. Elves prefer to live in small groups in secluded settlements. The most outgoing and ambitious live in the capital Iadara. Daily life is filled with the efforts of 100-year-old infants seeking worthy goals and 1,000-year-old stony cynics entertaining themselves howsoever they can. That is all. It's scarcely worth mentioning that even this gloom is far more tempting than anyone finds in the land of the short-lived. Enough talking about your past. What's it like to be undead? Do you wish to know what it means to me personally, or what powers and limitation is imposes? How do healing spells, prayers, and potions affect you? Dreadfully, of course. Your healers had better stay away from me in battle. The undead are healed through interaction with negative energy, and I can perfectly manage that on my own. Do you need sleep, right? I'm spared from that bothersome need, but I hope you do not take this as a reason to invent additional responsibilities to entertain me during the night. I spent this time meditating and addressing the goddess. Do you regret not being alive anymore? A shadow passes over Jathel's face. You surely know how to ask questions. She says nothing for a long time. Two desires led me through life. To feel pleasure time and time again, and to achieve perfection. And life brought me closer to the second. I am changeless, torn from time. The chaos of the world and even the soul circle have no power over me, but everything comes with a price. Most things that brought me pleasure in life are meaningless to me now. How can I decide which is better? There's no purpose in living only for yourself. It makes life and unlife equally senseless. Agreed, Jason yawns pointedly. What about carnal pleasures? A tactless and facile question. That pleasure is now as senseless to me as food or wine, action without feeling. Jason cringes. Thank you, I have no more questions about this. What made you follow me? Curiosity, the need for a reliable ally. You see, I must come to understand that my goddess seeks from me. Ugasoa gave me the powers of Inquisitor without declaring her will to me. I await her reply, any hint or trace or clue. And I suppose our meeting was no mere accident. Besides, Judicial cringes, I imagine that several Gaionian assassins still pursue me. They never risked attacking me while I was under the patronage of the Eldori. They are unlikely to attack while I have reliable allies like you. But why do these assassins follow you? I don't know. They can't have been sent by the Queen. I'm a branded outlaw. But my punishment was exile, and it's not custom for elves to contravene their own verdicts. My attackers shouted something about threat and blood. I suppose they are a splinter group of feeble-minded zealots, or someone on a quest for personal revenge. Thank you for the conversation. Farewell. That was enough. No, wait. Wait. That's something else. Maybe here's someone? Yeah, Valerie. Greetings. Valerie says, everything is well, I hope. I'm ready for new orders. Tell me about yourself. What exactly would you not like to know? I was born to a noble family, though I didn't remain long on the family estate. My father sent me to the Order of the Eternal Rose, but I left once I realized that I didn't match my principles. Where are you from? What was your childhood like? I was born in Bravoy, but in fact, I've never seen much of the country. I spent my childhood on a remote estate owned by my noble family. My father is a respectable philanthropist and benefactor of the Church of Shellin. He is also a renowned private collector and a great admirer of the arts. My mother saw to my education personally. From my early years, I learned good manners, how to behave at the dinner table, and the proper form of words for every occasion. I also learned the difference between true nobles and low-born upstarts, and I learned how to treat each of them properly. Our home was always under the protection of several paladins of Shellin. My father has donated a handsome sum to their order. One of them, a man of venerable age with a grey beard, once let me touch his shining armor. I still remember the admiration I felt when I touched this cold, polished steel. Valerie smiles. Of all the memories of my childhood, that one is somehow the warmest one. Well, why were you sent to the Paladin Order of the Eternal Rose? As you can imagine, from my first days I was surrounded by crowds of servants and nannies who never stopped praising my heavenly beauty. The paladins of Shellin who used to visit our house echoed these praises. In the end, general consensus overwhelmed my father's better judgment. When I turned 6, I was brought to the Church of Shellin and told that this would be my new home. Don't pity me though, I beg you. Many who hear this story immediately assumed that my parents were cruel and had no love for their child. Valerie's eyes become stern. My parents had respect for me. They taught me something that has supported me all my life, a sense of self-esteem. Besides, they didn't abandon me. Once every 6 months, they would come and visit me at the Order of the Eternal Rose. We had some tea and then had an hour to walk around in the garden. Then they would take their leave, as etiquette demanded. Okay. Let's change the subject. You're so eager to follow my orders. Why? What do you mean, why? Barry looks at you in bewilderment. I follow your orders. I've joined your campaign because I have faith in you. I believe your intentions to be noble. Those signs may not always turn out as you've planned. You are my commander. Your orders are law. It's my duty to follow them. Valerie hesitates for a moment. Well, so long as you don't order me to do something that's absolutely dishonorable. But that would never happen, I hope. Thank you for the conversation. Talk to you later. As you wish. Okay. Okay.
Forwards.
Tristan is still sick. Don't worry about me, Josh. George says I'll be fine soon. Let's talk to Regongar, just quickly. What do you want? Have a little chat, alright. It's not like we have anything better to do. Tell me about yourself. What is there to know? I was born, alive, have died yet. That enough for you? remember your childhood? Regongar goes, what a crappy question. I was just a kid when they sold me. Before that, I don't remember much. Smoky fires, stinky heights, always bumping along a horse. I think I was born in one of the Kellet tribe of Numeria. There are many. Some survive on their own, some give up their pride and serve the Technic League. Myself, I guess mine was one of the cowards, if they sold their own kids. I remember my father's hands, rough, scarred, white. So I guess I get this greeny skin from my mother. But I don't remember her. I think I remember playing with another half-orc child. A brother maybe. For some reason they didn't sell him. Just me. But I gave him his dagger to play with. Never gave it to me. Ugh. I don't want to remember. Forget all this. I'm an orphan. Regongar waves his hand wryly. I put out the fan. I grew up a slave. That I remember well. So many things burned into my memory. Most of all, I remember her, my Octavia. Today we are almost the same age, but back then she was twice as young as me. Just a child, but a brave one, cunning, bold, and beautiful, and most beautiful girl in the world. What deity do you worship? Ha! I never got much help from the gods so far, but if you make me choose, I'd say Callistria. Who else could I worship? The severed sting, the goddess of pleasure, fun, and revenge. Oh yes. Where did you get your magical powers? What magical powers the hell are you talking about? Oh, you mean these? Regongar makes lightning run over his hands with a contented smile, then snaps his fingers, invoking a shower of blinding sparks. I've had them since I was born. At least one thing I can thank my scum parents for. Maybe these powers are why they sold me to slavery. Think they were scared. Who knows? Damn Numerians. At the Technic League they drew my blood, did experiments, burned me with fire, tortured me with cold, electricity, and they told me, you won't believe it, they told me I have blue dragon blood in my veins. Not bad, huh? I'm a dragon, you freaks. Come check my blood if you dare. Grinning, Regongar strikes his palm with the fist and another fountain of electric sparks shoot upwards. What do your tattoos mean? They are magical. They can help me control my powers. Technically gave them to me. I'd hoped that somewhere in my body where they was at least one sign of left by my tribe. But no, I guess they didn't care to bother. To hell with them. But I hope I never find them. If I ever meet my father, I will even the score. It will even the score between us. How do you manage to use both a sword and magic, and not cut off your fingers? Haha, it's simple. I'm just that bloody good. The half-orc gives a contented grin. Do you enjoy making people suffer? Why would I care about their suffering? I do what I want. If I step on someone's toes, then they shouldn't have put themselves in my way. But chasing down just to torture them, that's only entertainment for maniacs like the Technic League. Well, on second thought, for them, I would make an exception. I love to watch us fry them nice and slow. Oh, Jesus. Why do you ask? Do my methods shock you? Regongar clenches his fist, buzzing with sparks, and laughs loudly at his joke. So long as you're in my party, try to control yourself. I don't like meaningless atrocities. If you say so, you're the boss. We make sure all our atrocities are meaningful. Wouldn't want to upset the boss. Okay, thank you for your answers. Thanks, don't film a purse. I'm just kidding. What kind of relationship do you have with Octavia? Well, my Octavia, I don't have a relationship. We have a life together. How did you meet? Back when we were children, we were taken as apprentices by the great spellmaster, Janusz. Maestro Janusz, he called himself. He was our teacher. Well, he made Octavia read books and memorize spells. I have my own innate magic. He trained me a bit. Taught how to control my gifts. So I would lose control and wouldn't lose control and incinerate myself with like a dumbass. The teacher. We will meet again. There's one more test I must pass. But you were asking about my Octavia. We've been together all our lives. We learned everything together. How to weave magic and how to survive. And as we grow older, we learned how to love. Without each other, we would never have gotten out of there. That's for sure. We would have given up and surrendered to death. But together, that's a very different story. Not the first time, and not the 10th, but eventually we made it out. Why do you call her yours? She doesn't seem to like that very much. My girl loves freedom so much, and even the slight chance of losing it frightens her. She is so smart. You really think she feels like I'm trying to make her mine, like an apple stolen at the market? Me who was skinned alive for trying to help her escape? If she's afraid of the word my, it's because she doesn't understand the difference between my boots and my heart. But she will understand, sooner or later. Are you and Octavia faithful to each other? Oh. Octavia and I are connected, and this connection cannot be broken. We agree onto each other, you know? Jealousy is for weak cowards. We don't trust each other and are scared of being tricked. If a knight on the side threatens your love, it just means there was no real love there to begin with. She and I are together to the end, and we will never part from each other. So when she likes some lad or some lass, it's no drama to me. I just ask her whether she wants me to leave them alone or join in, and she does the same. What are you judging us? Or maybe you just want to join us in our tent? Half-orc grins. I'm not here to judge, just curious. You asked, I answered. When you pry into others' lives, don't be surprised if you find something that will keep you up at night. Thank you for your answers. What did you say when you were trying Kalana? What? Oh, that. Callistra's holy words. I stabbed thee with my heart. We say that when we get our vengeance. Those words make it so much sweeter. I have to go. So long. If you want to know anything else, just ask. Don't be shy. Just don't go pale when I answer. Little chat with Octavia. Oh, hello. Octavia gives you a fetching smile. Something you need? Could you tell me about your childhood, please? Too little. Some scraps of memories, no more than that. What exactly do you remember? Octavia reflects on that, tapping her fingers against her cheek. Nothing special. Some images of a faraway past, that's all. I do remember wooden table legs. The paint on them was peeling off and I was standing on my toes, trying to peek at what was on the table. I remember the wild rose by the window. It kept me up at night, scratching the glass with its gnarled blunt branchlets. I do remember my mother's blue dress. It was a trifle battered, but it smelled of lavender. Octavia wrinkles her forehead. I guess that's all. Not much there, right? All those memories, it's like they're not mine at all. I recall some images and I know I should feel something about them, but I don't remember what exactly I should feel. So let them rot in the swamp with tassel worms. Octavia grins cheerfully. My life is good enough without them. What do you know about your parents? You're a half-elf, right? Am I? Octavia examines herself as if seeing herself for the first time. You know, I think you might be right. I'm rather slim and tall, and I can see well in dim light. She raises her hands and touches her ears. Ah, they're a bit pointy. Yes, I'm definitely a half-elf. Let's think about that logically. So my mother was an elf and my father was a human. Or maybe it was the other way around. And my mother was a... Finally, Octavia can't take it anymore and bursts into laughter, having spoiled her own act. So that's it. Now you know as much about my parents as I do, she says after laughter subsides. Do you remember how you were enslaved? I clearly remember the man who took me away from my home. He was big, with a huge pot belly and a shaggy beard. I was afraid he would eat me. Octavia shrugs. Anyway, he didn't stay with me long. He gave me to his slaver accomplice. I never saw him again. When my mother was giving me to him, she was crying. I can still barely hear her quiet voice, but I can't recall her words or her face behind the tears. Just that lavender smell. It tickled my nose and I wanted to sneeze. Did my mother sell me into slavery? But then, why was she crying? And if she didn't want me to be a slave, why didn't she try to save me? Octavia twirls her hair, pondering over the thought and sighs. One more riddle from my past that I don't care to solve. It must be horrible being unable to recall your childhood. Oh, I recall my childhood in rather bright details. I was spent in dirty barracks. I wore flea-infested rags and slept in a straw mattress instead of a proper bed. Octavia smiled humorously. Don't I understand what you mean. You know, to be honest, I'm not sure I want to remember my childhood before slavery. If I could remember what I lost, it would probably just bring me more pain. Octavia shakes her head several times and makes herself smile again. So it's good that I don't remember much of anything. I want to ask you about something else. You worship Calistria, right? Yes, many slaves survived only thanks to their faith. Some lived hoping for the day when a good deity would deliver them. Some even offered deeds to the evil gods, but me and Reg, Calistria has taught us the most important thing: expect no gifts from above. Rely on ourselves. Never forgive those who wronged us, but at the same savor every droplet of pleasure we could squeeze from our bleaky days. What kind of relationship do you have with Regongar? Octavia shrugs up awkwardly. We're together, she answers simply. The way you say we're together sounded unconvincing. Is something wrong? You've noticed? Well, I didn't mean that. Now I'll have to explain. Octavia shakes her head. I'm not sure I know how to put it correctly. Rex seems to treat me like his property. He's always kind to me, and it feels good when we travel together, or when we share a blanket at the campsite. But he always calls me my Octavia. I've told him over and over that I don't belong to him anymore, that I'm my own, that I stay with him by my own free will. He only grins when I say that, but he likes to think that I'm his. Never mind though, I'll sort it out somehow. Octavia shakes her head, making the troubling thoughts go away. You owe him much. Octavia winces. I don't like this "oh" word. I don't owe anything to anybody. Everything I do of my own free will. But to answer your question, yes, Reg has done a lot for me. I can't count how many times he was wiped by masters because of me, how many times he took the blame for my doings. He never complained when they dragged him, beaten and covered in blood, to the slave barracks. He just groaned and clenched his fist while I bandaged his wounds with a scrap of my filthy clothing. We've always been together, my whole life, as slaves and as free people. I wouldn't be me if not for him. The fact that Reg is so impulsive doesn't bother you? That is a very delicate matter. Octavia winces, looking away. Reg means a lot to me, and he endured a lot for me, but some parts of him just scare me. He becomes extremely bloodthirsty when it comes to slavers. Don't get me wrong, I hate slavers with all my heart, and I do a lot to cleanse the world of their filth. But Reg, he'd do anything, understand? Absolutely anything. I'm afraid that anger might kill everything good in me. I've attempted to talk to him about it many times, but he just won't listen. He becomes even angrier after our conversations. Octavia sighs sadly. Let's change the subject. Alright, we talk later. Sure, Octavia gives you a friendly smile. Come anytime. I would like to level them up. Exploiter wizard. I gotta respect her at some point. No. Rogue. Normal rogue. Wizard. Accomplished sneak attack. Holding ball. Right. Shield. No, shield. Alright. Let's level up. Regongar. And he is in Lagos. Edward's fine. Brilliant. Let's go with combat reflexes. No, wait. arcane accuracy. Blade Lash. Shall I? No, maybe later. We got no one on the death door. But I should sell stuff. Okay, that's all. We could go.
We march ahead.
Before we go, I save and say goodbye. We see each other in the 8th part.